Hi everyone! So today I thought I would try something different, a negative space painting, but with a color instead of black or white. And that color would be Cobalt Turquoise. And the reason for that is Cobalt Turquoise has a pretty heavy pigment density. And well, it's quite heavy actually. It's between titanium white and zinc white, and it's pretty heavy. And I think that it could help in creating cells if I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, oh yeah, if I use light density colors with it, and those light density colors are Quinacridone Magenta and Permanent Violet Dark. I'm using these colors to create a color contrast between the magenta and the turquoise because the turquoise is pretty much a green, and green contrasts well with red, and the magenta is a pinkish color, and pink is red but with white. But this is just the Quinacridone Magenta pigment that is like that. So, yeah, I also have a little bit of gold. Last time I painted using this color scheme, it turned out really, really nice, and I just put gold on my tongue. And yeah, the color scheme turned out really nice. So yeah, I'm trying this color scheme again, just with the addition of a little bit of Permanent Violet Dark, which I think is going to look really nice with all the other colors I'm using. I also have my cup here with the hole, so I can flip cup it and then remove, I forgot to tape it, but usually I tape the hole to block the air entry. And once I flip it and it's in place, I will remove the tape so air can enter and paint can exit. And it avoids creating a suction effect with the canvas too, so you don't like move the cup and then have a big blob of paint once you lift it. It just helps, I feel. So yeah, about pigment density, why I'm using a heavy pigment density and light pigment density paint, it's to create the cells. Why is a heavy pigment density paint important in creating cells? Because if you manage to put the colors that have a light density under the color that has a heavy density, the color with the heavy density will want to sink into it, and by doing so, it will push the lighter colors up. The lighter colors will want to float anyway because they're lighter, and physics, you know. And yeah, that is that action that creates the cells. So I will zoom you in and we'll get started with that. Alright, so we will start by the fact that I may or may not have packed my masking tape, and well, it's at our new apartment. So I have another solution for the cup with the hole. Instead, we're going to do a funnel drag. So I'm going to pour my paint, and instead of flip cup the thing, I'm going to pour my colors, other colors, colors other than the negative space in the air, and then drag it around the canvas. The air entry is already there. The only thing is I really have to press it down well so the paint do not escape as I pour it in. Now, Cobalt Turquoise. I probably have too much, but I'm going to paint more after this, so it's going to be used. That's not a worry. So I'm going to cover my sides right away. It's going to be done, and it will help the paint flow over the sides if it needs to. And where it needs to, so the painting on the canvas can continue on the sides. Now that's the thing, a lot of people often ask about framing. And yeah, my opinion on that would be, I don't frame unless I'm asked to. And the reason for that is, often with good paintings, the painting will continue on the side of the canvas. And I have a cat hair, and yeah, if you frame that, you're going to block a part of the painting. Well, something that I consider as a part of the painting. And the other thing is, if you frame a certain style, well, if you have a certain style of frame and a buyer is coming to look at paintings and he likes the painting but doesn't like the frame, but won't tell you because that's all they are, and will just skip it, and maybe you'll lose a sale because of that. So I prefer to let the buyer choose a frame that will match with their style, what they like, and their house, their home decoration, you know? And that is if they wish to frame it, because some people won't. Now, for the pièce de résistance. I want to start it on the corner there, but because of the frame under, it's a little bit wobbly. I may lose a little bit of paint. We'll see. And for a flip and drag, you don't need a lot of paint, and I would assume that it is the same for a funnel drag. I'm not gonna use everything I have. I've got to hurry because I'm losing a little bit of paint, as I thought I would. And let's do this. So I'm going to give you a time lapse so you can see everything happen as it happens, and meanwhile I'll pop the bubbles because I have a couple. All right, and well, this is a surprise. And why is this a surprise? Because the cells I got are turquoise, the Cobalt turquoise. Now, I've been thinking, why could this happen? And how? And I've come to one conclusion. How I mixed my paints. I used to measure everything, but now I'm at the point where I just eyeball the mix and get it right pretty much all the time. Except there, I did not. I think I did not anyway, because this shouldn't have sold up. But there's a reason why it could. I should stop talking on top of my painting. I have cat hairs on my hands, apparently. Oh yeah, where I was. Oh yeah, the way I mix the paint. And why that could be is, while I mixed my two paints, my Magenta and Permanent Violet Dark, pretty much the same way as the Cobalt Turquoise, which is also fluid acrylic, because the Magenta and the Violet Dark are fluid acrylics. I mixed them about 30% paint to 70% medium, and I eyeballed that. And I also added water to the Magenta and Violet, which I thought would make them lighter in density. But the thing is, I think what happened here is I mixed my Cobalt Turquoise with more medium. And maybe the Magenta and the Violet with less medium by accident. And what that would cause is more medium. The medium has no pigment in it, so there's no pigments to raise its density. And there's no, well, and less of it would mean more pigment in my mix. And more medium, less pigment in my mix. Because the pigment will be more diluted because of the more medium in it. And the pigments being more diluted and not as present would make the Cobalt Turquoise not as heavy as I thought it was. And if the pigment was less diluted, it had more pigment in my mix, well, that would make my mix heavier than I thought. And here we go. That's my hypothesis on why I got Cobalt Turquoise cells. I'm not mad about it. I think they're really cool and I love it. I love the movement in the piece. Love the little amount of cells here as well. And oh yeah, there's another option. Maybe there's gold hiding in all of that, and the gold was heavier and may sink into the turquoise. Gold has a heavy pigment density usually because it's mica that's mixed in with the paint. Well, it's mica powder, mica pigment. Usually the pearlescent paint or iridescent paints, that's what they are. And that has a medium pigment density, but the gold being a heavy body paint, I mixed only with 50% medium and added about 25% water. I thought, like, yeah, maybe the 25% water would make it lighter, but maybe not. Especially if I put more medium in my Cobalt Turquoise, bringing its density down. So yeah, that's what happened here. I hope those explanations were clear. And I also hope that you got something out of that. I really like the painting. I think the colors together are wonderful. Like I said, my latest painting I did with this color combination, well, the just cobalt, magenta, and gold was on spot. It was really nice, and I had to try this again, and that's what I did here with this. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. Once I get a bigger canvas, I think I'll try flip and drag with the cup in a cup technique. I think it would be interesting. But for now, I'm a happy painter, and I quite like this. Alright, we're back. forgot to say, if you have any questions on the explanations I just gave, because I feel like it was a bit confusing. I was confused myself. But feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you, to the best of my abilities, of course. And yeah, that's about it for today. Full of cat hair. Like I said, I should not talk on top of my painting, and I should not paint while we're moving and moving everything, lifting all the dust up. Well, we're not right now, but we did move a whole bunch of things yesterday, and yeah, I feel like we found a stash of dust. It's better, much better. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to the best of my abilities. Can't wait to be in my new studio place, because there won't be any cat hairs there. Hopefully they won't go there. And yeah, that's about it for today. If you like this video, give it a like. It helps me out. And on that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!